Welcome everybody back to the Crazy Mayday channel. Today is just a rare video, just a fill-in basically. I'm working on a friend's Kubota front differential, and he's had it a long time. It's a 1988 1750. It's a little Kubota. It's like a little mini backhoe basically. It's got a little loader bucket and a little hoe on the back. Anyway, he has recently upgraded to a bigger tractor, and he was getting ready to basically kind of like clean this one up. He wanted to sell it to a friend, and sure enough, basically the front end started to lock up. So he had asked me to take a look at it, and through some time he was able to get the front differential off and basically swap it and get it to me. I tore it down for him. We found out, which he basically told me, he says, I've never serviced this thing for all those years. So we're almost 30 something, 35, 36 maybe years old. So long story short, we found some problem areas, some bearings that had water in them, a lot of like mud buildup in the differential from just the dirt over time of the things just breaking down, hot, cold condensation. Anyway, I'm gonna set you guys up. This isn't a tear down. This is basically a rebuild of the whole differential. We got a box of parts here from a Kubota dealership. I'm not gonna put their name out there, but just Kubota dealership. We went through a lot of these parts through a breakdown, and hopefully we got everything. This guy is definitely genuine. He has a potential buyer for his old tractor, and he wants to make it right before he passes it to the next guy. So he's doing the right thing. He's a good friend of mine, so I just want to help him out, and we're going to try to do this rebuild together. I'm going to just kind of walk you through it. This might be a long video. Just kind of saying, just hopefully you get some entertainment out of it. It's not going to be, step by step the proper way to rebuild one of these rear ends. It's just going to be me kind of taking a little bit apart, removing bearings, putting bearings back in, shims and all that. We're just kind of refreshing the whole front differential and new seals and everything, so that way when he puts this back underneath the tractor, it'll be good for the remaining life that this thing's going to have. So just stay tuned with me. I'm going to set you up in kind of like a downward shot, and we're just going to kind of work together to hopefully get this thing all back together. So thank you for watching, and hang in there. Okay, so we're back. So basically I'm just going to work in sections. This differential was taken apart a few months ago now, so the longer you go, the more your memory starts to fade. But in good mechanical fashion, everything is basically got a place and a spot. So once you kind of start working on individual pieces, then we can basically start installing this all back together as assemblies. You know what I mean? Put them all in, and then they basically will fall into their place. Just going back to what I was saying earlier, this gentleman that's a good friend of mine, he is genuinely one of the old school ways of doing things. He likes to just make sure everything is done, while you're in there, do it, you know what I mean? And he uses the good quality OEM parts. I'm going to show you on the floor here. I kind of just have all the parts scattered out. This is an older tractor. Some people would have been like, I'm not going to put a lot of money into it, but like I said, he is a good genuine friend of mine, and he is all about good karma repays itself in the long run. So I'm going to show you a couple other parts. Now I did give these a good hot parts washing, and some of them still have a little bit of dirt, but we're going to work through that, clean it out. I got a little bit of brake clean. We're going to try to make sure there's no dirt anywhere when we go to put all this back together, just like rebuilding an engine, you know what I mean? We don't want dirt in there, old contaminants, messing the fresh new parts back up again. So I'm going to pin you down here to the bottom here where I have all these parts. So come on down here. So as you can see, I mean, we got a plethora of gaskets, seals, O-rings, the differential fluids, all Kubota. You know, just everything that you would basically want to have to rebuild this. So, I mean, I went through a big long parts list with this, with the breakdowns and everything. So you can see, you know, it's just like a car, you know, rear differential. There's one of the four-wheel drive end assemblies. Sorry, I keep getting that thing mixed up. There's the little rack or the ring and pinion. This is like the main housing of the actual differential. That carrier goes inside. Right here we have a broken bolt. We're going to get that extracted out. There's some O-rings in here. We're going to pull them out, refreshen this, and then down below here there's another side of that. I think that's the right side assembly, and in here we have more of the parts that we're going to clean up, reseal, re-bearing, and reinstall. So like I said, it all kind of come together. That's my little chair. It all kind of come together as we start to build everything back up and make everything one differential again. So I'm just going to kind of keep you down here. It's going to be more or less just a time lapse with some music behind it, so you can kind of see. Keep watching. Thank you. so just a little small recap. Basically, we got these two bushings in the top portion of this differential. Those bushings are basically what that axle pivots on. There's a rod that goes through that connects it to the main frame of the tractor. We had to tap them in. The one was a little more stubborn than the other. We got all the new seals, the O-rings and everything are now in there. So I just got finished cleaning up this front cover area where the carrier is actually going to house. So that's clean. Our next little spot to tackle is this broken bolt in here. And this bolt is basically the bump stops to how the axle basically pivots right on that center bushing. So basically it just limits how much travel, you know, left to right basically it can do, or up and down more or less, not left to right. So we're going to replace that. We have the new hardware. A lot of this, like I said, it's been a minute since we tore this thing apart. I'm kind of going just by eye with a lot of these photos from the pictures of what's here and what I have for parts. We did get a lot of parts. I mean, there's no doubt there was a little jam up with the parts department on the certain, like, I guess, connection between the parts guy and my buddy. He said he had a little disconnect there. He wasn't sure if everything was really going to be here or not. So that's why we're kind of just digging in here. We're kind of going from what I have and matching it up to what is basically here in the part selection. So we're going to work on this bolt and we're just going to keep going. I believe the next thing we're going to do after the bolt is we're going to start cleaning up this carrier a little bit, get those put back in and shim that back together. The other half of that I have to slide in and basically change some bearings. I believe is this part here. So we're just slowly coming together, but I appreciate everybody hanging in there and watching. Like I said, I'm not going to draw this out and have it a long, like 3-hour video. We're just going to speed it up, and as a time lapse, kind of you see me just working. All right, keep watching, and I appreciate y'all. So two little hiccups here. I want to clean this carrier a little bit better. I'm going to take it back to my place of work, and I'm going to really clean this out. I thought, you know, I got it good, but with a little bit of brake clean, it's still kind of gunked up. So I want to clean that a little more thorough. And then also on our differential here, our bump stops basically, I'm letting that soak with some Kroll oil. This is some good stuff. It's been around for years. You know, I bought this with my own money. It's not a sponsor or anything like that. But I want to apply a little heat to that because we're just not getting anywhere with that bolt. It's very stubborn. It's been in there for, 88. So yeah, like 37, 30, 6 years. So I want to basically put a little heat to that and get that to come out. Basically, it's a blind hole, so basically there's no bottom to it going into the differential, so you can't spray up inside and try to help free up that rust, but we will get that out. There's another one on the opposite side as well. I'll bring home the little heat torch and we can get them out. I did get the bolts, so we have new bolts. There's a little locking washer. There's no real need to really replace that, and then the jam nuts are totally fine, so we didn't need to replace them as well. I'm gonna set the height pretty much to what the old ones were set at. These are just bottoming out so that it doesn't overstress the axle and it actually hits against the frame of the tractor. So I'm going to put this aside and we're going to start working on some of these other sub-assemblies. I'm going to take a quick lunch and then I'll be back and we'll continue on. There's still a lot to do, so this little hang up is not going to stop us. We can get some of these other parts cleaned up, new seals, like I said, new bearings, and keep rolling on. So it'll be a second for you guys, but a couple minutes for me.